Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 4, I believe, of my declutter series. Today we are doing eyeshadow palettes, quads, and loose pigments. I don't think I have the singles I do have are in a palette, so whatever. Like in my other videos, I am going to be taking everything out and wiping it out and putting them back in as I go through them. That's as good as it's gonna get. I do realize that I also have lashes in this drawer, so I guess I'll include those. I'm not gonna get rid of any because I barely own lashes. And I thought I had more eyeshadow palettes in this, but I don't. It's like the one thing I don't collect as much as you think I would. Like, I know people who have like hundreds. I probably have like 30, if that. I don't even think I have 30, unless you're counting my quads. So I think we are going to start with quads. They're in this little basket, so I'm just going to dump them out and show them to you as I go through them. And I did get more of these baskets. I'll show you real quick. Oh, you can't see it. Let me lift that. I did kind of reorganize my blush and bronzer highlighter drawer. If you saw the last video, I just kind of... These baskets are cheap at the Dollar Tree. You get 3 for $1. So yeah, they're just really handy for, you know, some extra organization. Hopefully I'm putting the camera back where it was-ish. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna wipe this dude out. All right, and I'm just gonna place it here. The first, this isn't a quad, but it is like a really small palette, so I keep it in this. This is the Juvia's Place. This is, what is this called? It's literally right there. This is the Nubian, like the mini. It looks like this. I don't reach for it super often, but I really like these tones, especially now that fall's here. Yes, I know it's September 2nd, but fall's here, okay? Just back up. Anyways, so I am going to keep this. I really like their formula. I have one other palette from them, you'll see a little bit later, but I would like to try more of their shadows, so we're gonna keep that one. This next one I've only used a couple of times, so I might keep it. This is from Makeup Geek. I got this from Target. I don't think their packaging looks like this anymore. I think they've revamped. I could be wrong, but it looks like this. You have like this navy blue shade, this nice peachy tone, like a champagne like foiled shade, and then like this terracotta shade almost. I do like this. I've only used it a couple times. I do have other shades like this. I'm gonna put this onto the side for now. I don't think I've done that any of my declutters had a maybe pile. I knew it was gonna happen with this one because eyeshadows are hard for me, because the ones I do have are really hard to let go of for whatever reason. So I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile. All right, this next one is not a quad. It is this mini. It is the City Mini palette from Maybelline. This one is in the shade Urban Jungle, which is greens. I'll pull it up close. It looks like this. I literally never reach for this. I think I've used it in like maybe one of my clearance videos. I'll have to go back and look, and I'll link it up above. I can't remember. I literally never touched this. The quality is not great. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, so this next one, I think this was also in my clearance video. This is Wet n Wild. I can't remember what quad this is. If I can find it online, I'll look it up. But it looks like this. It also has that like navy, except I believe this is more of a foil. Well, maybe not. Kind of. But it's just not great quality. So I think I am going to get rid of this one. I do like other things from Wet n Wild. I'm just not the biggest fan of their shadows, the ones that I've tried at least. Now these next ones, I own all except for 2, I believe. I have 5. I feel like there's a purple one and a green one, and I don't own those. So I'm gonna go through these one at a time very quickly. These are the e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. I freaking love these, you guys. This one is Carnival Candy. It looks like this. This one is, yeah, this one is all matte. These are just some really staple colors. I love this like camel shade right there. It is beautiful. I'm keeping all of these. I just wanted to show you guys what they looked like. The quality of these shadows, granted, I don't have much experience with high-end shadows. You guys know I don't buy high-end makeup hardly ever. I just don't feel like I can justify the price, like where we are financially right now and having kids. It is what it is. But these shadows are great, and I've heard other YouTubers say that like they're comparable to really high-end shadows. So this one is in the shade Berry Bad, which looks like this. The two shades in the middle are like the foiled shades. It's beautiful. I've used this one a couple of times. This one is, oh yeah, this one's Pumpkin Pie, so this one's gonna come in handy soon too. Like the second and fourth one are your shimmers. They're very, very pretty. The mattes blend so well. They're very smooth and like silky, like buttery. I don't know. They're really nice. This one I think is my favorite. This is Cream and Sugar. It looks like this. This is a really nice transition shade for my skin tone. And those two Nutella, of course, are foiled and they're very, very pretty. Let me swatch these real quick. Obviously the individual shadows don't have names, but look at that. Okay, I know my lighting's bad, and it's a really gloomy day today. Like it's cloudy, like the kind of weather I like in the fall. I know a lot of people don't, but what are you gonna do? I have a ring light and stuff. It just is not accessible to me at the moment. This last one is Truffles. I actually really like this one too. This would be really great for like deeper skin tones just because they are darker shadows, but I think it's beautiful if you want a smoky glam look. Not that I, you know, do that often, but like I said, I am keeping all those, and I do have, I do have two single shadows. I lied. I might have to adjust my title for this video. Whatever. These are both from Colourpop, and these are from the Kathleen Lights Zodiac collection, which I don't think is available anymore. At least I don't think the singles are not. And I'm gonna have to look up the names of these because I cannot remember. They're not the same sign, if that helps. This one, like I said, I'm gonna have to look up the name. I can't remember. It's like a foiled purple shade. I don't reach for this a ton, and I actually didn't find it to be as good as I was expecting. Well, I don't know. Can I get close up? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna keep it. I mean, I don't own too many. Now this next one, like I said, I'll have to look up the shade names. I'm ridiculous. And they don't have them on the back. This is a matte shade. It's like this pinky taupe. I can't explain it. It looks beautiful as a transition shade for me. The only problem I'd say is there's a ton of kick up. So if I started using this on the daily, I'd go through it very quickly. But I love it. I love the shade. Because I don't have many like cooler toned eyeshadows in general. So I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go through my loose pigments. I'm gonna keep all of them because I only own 5. I'm probably, one I'm probably gonna get rid of. Anyways, this is also from the Zodiac collection. This is the Scorpion, which I'm guessing is what this one is, which is that shimmery one. And like one's just but one's a loose pigment. I don't need both. They're like the same shade. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the loose pigment in the Scorpion because like I said, they're pretty much the exact same shade, and I'm more likely to reach for a shadow as opposed to a loose pigment just because these are messy. So I think I'm gonna pass this along. I don't really know anyone who wants any of this stuff, but if I can give it to someone instead of tossing it, that would be ideal. And this is the kind of thing you could donate. I don't know if there's any places around me you could donate makeup to. I'm gonna have to look into that because this isn't something you apply directly to your face or anything. You like dip it or like shake it out. You know what I mean. But I am gonna get rid of this. The other loose pigment I am gonna go ahead and get rid of. I guess I'm only keeping 3. Whatever. I think this was also in my clearance video. It has a clearance sticker. This is a Wet n Wild loose pigment in the shade Two Nights Blue, and it's spelled like K-I-N-I-G-H-T. Wow. It's like a blue. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't do blue eyeshadow. Don't know why I bought it. These next three are from that Shop Missy video I did. I will link above, where everything's like, not everything's $1, but it's cheap. I think these might have been $1 though. This one, these don't have the shade names. Oh yeah, they do. They're just small. This one is Wand, which is like this orangey, almost bronzy tone. I might have used it in that video. I know I did swatches of all of these in that video, so go check that out if you want to see what they look like on the skin. This one is Griffin. It's like a red. It's gorgeous. And I love this one. This one is in the shade Spell. This is like a duochromed, like gray, green, purple, like, and it's really hard to see, but it's gorgeous. So I'm going to keep that as well. That is all of those. I'm going to quickly show you my lashes. Like, I almost never wear them because I'm horrible at them. And I don't remember where most of these came from. I believe these are Eylure. Don't know what kind. I don't know. So, I am going to use this other basket that I have. Like I said, I don't have any eyelashes anyways, but I am going to keep those in there. I think this is Eylure. I don't keep the packaging. I got this pair in a Boxy charm. This is from the brand Baddington Beauty. I still have the, yeah, one's like stuck to the lid. These were actually pretty nice. Like, they weren't too dramatic for me. So I'm gonna keep these. Like I said, it's really rare I ever wear lashes. They're just a pain. And then I have these from Ardell, and maybe somebody can help me out. These have the clear band, and I don't understand because when you put them on, yeah, the band's clear, but like when you have eyeshadow on, you can see the band, and like eyeliner doesn't cover it up. So if you can help me out, how do you wear these? I don't know. So I'm gonna keep them, but all right. Now I know it looked crazy when I pulled these out. These are actually like an office supply, like file organizer thing. I have two of them. I have this one and I have the teal one beside me. Now I used to have these on my desk and the eyeshadow palettes would just sit in them like that. But now that I have my palettes in the drawer, I might put one of these back up there with my most used palettes, maybe, so I reach for them more, or maybe ones I want to reach for more. Maybe I'll do that. I'm still gonna show you all of the palettes, but yeah, maybe I'll pick like 2 or 3 to put in here to sit on my desk so I can like see them and remember them, like ones that I want to try, etc. All right, so let's get into the eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna start with one that, yes, I'm in my pajamas, don't mind me. May or may not be controversial. I mean, I don't know how many people are even gonna watch this, but I, in good conscience, cannot keep this palette. I regret buying this palette for so many reasons. And if you are at all like into watching gossip channels, drama channels about the beauty industry or the beauty space on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. But it's this, I'm not even gonna say the name. If anyone wants this that knows me in real life and like I can just give it to you, just take it, because I can't in good conscience have this in my collection. I can't do it anymore. So this has got to go. All right, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back in the drawer. I'll keep my bigger palettes in that. So let's start with my bigger palettes. This one was my first ever like actual eyeshadow palette. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. The original. Wow, I'm like out of frame. They've since reformulated this. If you want more information on that, I'm gonna link a video from Jen Loves Reviews. If you don't subscribe to her videos are excellent, especially when she goes into like ingredients of things. Like, she's not a dermatologist or anything, but she just does a lot of research. Anyways, they have reformulated this palette, so what you go get in the store now is not the same. And this one is, it's old. I've had it for like 3 years, but it doesn't smell bad. I still find that the shadows perform just fine. The formula of this one, not the one in the stores now, is fantastic. I never had any issues with this. I love this palette. So until it goes bad, I'm gonna keep it because I'm gonna be sad when I have to buy a new one and it's not the same formula. But I'm someone who's really into warm tones. So this is a great palette for me. It was a great starter palette. So I'm gonna keep it. This next one is also Jaclyn Hill. I'm a sucker, what can I say? What can I say? She got me. This is the volume 2 palette. Mine's dirty. If you haven't seen it, it looks like this. I don't own a ton of bright shades. Now, I do understand what people were saying. Sorry, I dropped the thing. I do understand what people were saying about repetitive shades in this and how a lot of these shades look like they were just from the other palette thrown in with some brights. I get that. But I still like this. I don't do bright looks often, but like sometimes when the girls want to play with makeup, I'll use this. Some of these shades, like the shade Love Handles in the shade, yeah, Love Handles specifically, is one of my favorite crease shades. And the foil shades are pretty good. They're not terrible, but they're not like fantastic like the other palette. But I don't own like a bunch of rainbow shades or bright shades or neon shades, and there are a few in here, like these oranges. So I'm gonna keep it. Now these took me by surprise, you guys. Like, wow, I didn't put the plastic like in that. Oh well. These took me by surprise. The quality. So these are both from LA Girl, which is a very cheap drugstore brand. Don't let the word cheap deter you from these though, because I'm really like angled weird. I'm so sorry. The quality of these is great. I'll show you what they look like on the inside. This one is the Pro Artistry Palette. They have fantastic mirrors. It looks like this. These are more like jewel tones with like more like neutrals up at the top. But I really like this. I've used it maybe 3 times, but the shades blend beautifully. The foiled shades are great. There's a hair in there. It's mine, don't worry. I really like it. So that's what this one looks like. Like I said, this is the Artistry Palette. This is the Pro Mastery Palette. Wow. I can't read. This one is more pinks and purples. This gives me Huda Nude vibes, like that palette. Not that I own it, but that's the kind of the vibe it gives me. I really like this for like a pinky berry toned look. I also use this one with the girls because they love pink. But I've been enjoying this palette so far too. I've used it a couple of times, but I'm definitely going to be dipping into it more. This might be the one that goes on my desk. I'm going to put it in here for now, and then I'll decide which ones I want to put up there. Let's do this one. This is the Nomad by Juvia's Place, and it looks like this. These are some like olive green, mustardy yellow tones. I fucking love this palette so much. If I can find the picture I did, it's like one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I'm gonna put it in like right over there. I'm not flipping you off. Whatever, over there. I love this so much. The quality is fantastic. If you've never tried their eyeshadows, you should. They're priced pretty decently. Ulta has sales every now and then. You can get them. And then I know some YouTubers have codes. Like I think Nikki Tutorials has one for Juvia's Place's website. Anyways, I love this. Like I said, I really want to try more of their shadows. I think this one's gonna go on my desk. Yeah, this one's gonna go on my desk. I just got this in a Boxy charm. This is Tarte, the Tarteist Pro. Am I saying that right? Tarteist. It looks like this. It's a very, I want to say neutral palette. There's not anything bright or special about this. It's pretty neutral. You have like some more browns and stuff down here. You get some pinkies, some purples, and some warm tones up here. It's a nice combination of like a warm tone, cool tone palette, but there's also a lot of, like I said, neutrals in here. I've only tried this a couple of times and the quality's not bad. It has that like chocolate smell that I've noticed from some Tarte products. I don't own a lot of Tarte products, but I like this one. I am gonna keep it. Do I want to put it on my vanity or my desk? I don't think I will, to be honest. But maybe I'll feature this in a video soon. But I really like this packaging. This I also got in a Boxy charm. This is from Violet Voss, the Essentials palette. It looks like this. I'm gonna get up closer for you. I haven't been doing that, I'm sorry. I have only tried this once, I think. The tones in here are nice. I really do like the shade that's actually called Terracotta, that orange. So I am gonna keep this for the time being. Maybe if I do a future declutter, I might get rid of it then. But I do kind of want to give these like brown orangey tones a try like this fall. So I'll keep that for now. Next, I'm pretty sure one of the shadows in this broke. This is from Dominique Cosmetics. I didn't get this in my Boxy charm. I ordered it from their website when they had like their pop-up sale or whatever it's called. Yeah, the shade Eternal Light completely came apart and broke. So I'm gonna try not to lift that too much. But this is what it looks like. This also has some pretty warm tones in it with some pops of color. I haven't really got a chance to play around with it much, so I'm gonna keep it for sure. I feel like I have some really good like warm tones for this fall. I'm kind of excited about that. This one's going on my vanity. This is from Dose of Colors. I don't have anything else from them except for liquid lipstick, and I love the formula. So I'm definitely eventually gonna get more of those. But like I said, this is their Sassy Siennas palette. It looks like this. This is like fall to me. Maybe not to anyone else. They're not quite like orangey, but they're still really warm toned. I think I'm gonna put this on my vanity because even if I want to add some shimmer, I can pair it with another palette, but they are all matte, so. But yeah, I've used this a couple times and I love it. All right, this next one, I'm probably gonna get rid of this. It's an actual Boxy charm palette. It looks like this. While these like shimmer shades are actually pretty nice, I don't understand the color story much. I don't really care for it. I'm gonna pass this on, see if someone else wants it. If not, it'll become the girls' palette. All right, this is the only Anastasia Beverly Hills palette I own. This is the Carly Bible palette, which looks like this. It's a very springy palette. I know we're like going into fall now. I do enjoy this quite a bit. I'm not gonna put it on my vanity though, because like I said, I want to focus on some warm tones because it's fall, bitch. But I really like this. I'm really interested in getting some more of their like cult classic palettes, like the Modern Renaissance, and there's another one, I can't think of it. And I also want to try the Jackie Aina palette if they still sell that. I really hope they do, but I am keeping this. Right. This next palette I loved. This is from Colourpop's spring collection last year, 2019. This is the Sweet Talk palette that Charlie got into. Oh my god, I'm missing a palette. It just occurred to me. Where's it at? Okay, anyways, I'm going to get rid of this, or at least let the girls have it, because it's, I mean, I could clean this up, but it's a mess. It's a mess. The shadows were decent. When I had mentioned that Charlie destroyed that one palette, it made me think of this one. This is from Colourpop. It is the So Jaded palette with Kathleen Lights. Charlie also got into this one, but it's salvageable. Jesus. It looks like this, obviously. Some jeweled tones and whatnot. I love this palette. If I can find some looks I've done with it, I'll insert it here. There are so many looks you can do. If you like group them into quads, like these 4 is a look, these 4 is a look, these 4 is a look. You see what I mean? Like, I really love the way this is set up. I don't even know if they still sell this. I hope they do, because maybe I'll get another one day. We'll see. Actually, I am gonna put this on my vanity. It's not that I forget about it, it's just that I miss playing with it. So I think I have room for one more in this little, oh no! I think I have room for one more in this dude. I don't know which one it's gonna be. We'll see. Actually, I do know which one it's gonna be. I lied. All right, let's talk about what I'm gonna get rid of. This is the Colourpop Orange Glad palette. Once again, having a 2-year-old got the best of me. Yeah. One's destroyed, one's completely missing, but I also did not reach for this. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Like, the shadows they're okay. Let's talk about my first palette ever from Colourpop. This is the second palette I ever bought. It's old. This is another Kathleen Lights collab. This is Dream Street. They no longer sell it, which makes me sad. Like, really sad. But, you know, I haven't hit pan on anything because I haven't used it in quite a while because I started getting more eyeshadows. But it looks like this. Very pretty wearable, minus those blue tones. I love the top row especially. I'm not going to get rid of this probably ever until it goes super bad. I love it. Next is the Yes Please palette. This was Colourpop's first palette ever, I believe. It's so dirty because this was probably the third one I bought. I just don't reach for this. It's not that I don't like the tones, and I know what you're thinking. Like, weren't you just saying you wanted fall colors, Christina? Yes, but I'm not a big fan of the formula of this one. I don't know what the difference is for me. I don't know. I just don't find that it performs the greatest on my eyes. Like I said, I don't reach for it, so this one's gotta go. All right, this one has my single shadows in it and a blush. Ooh, I forgot about that blush. This is in the shade My Sun and Stars, which is another Kathleen collab. Yes, I'm obsessed. These are all Colourpop singles, I believe. Yeah, they're all Colourpop singles. I'm gonna keep it just because it's, you know, whatever. Look how dirty that is, you guys. I'm gonna wipe that off. That's gross. Am I the only one whose makeup gets, like, the packaging gets gross easily? Is it just me? Am I just a slob when it comes to that kind of thing? It's a little better, right? It's better. Whatever, don't judge me. I have a lot of Colourpop palettes, but this is the collab with I Love Sahari. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. First of all, the packaging on this is what really got me. Like, look how pretty that is. Like, it's stunning. It has a really nice mirror. Oh my god, I forgot. Charlie Joe. And if you're questioning why I would let her get into my makeup, I didn't. It just happened, okay? It just, you know what, shit happens. I really like this palette. I'm going to try to clean it up, I think. Like, it is what it is. It's definitely still usable. I really like the color story. I will link any looks I have or post them, insert them, whatever, from this palette if I can find any. I know I have some, I just don't know where they are. I'm gonna keep this guy. I forgot about it. As you can see, I have a lot of color. Can this fit? Does this fit? Yeah. I know it's not the most organized looking, but whatever. All right, this next one I think will be the last one I'll keep on my desk. This is from Ace Beauté. I believe this is a Black-owned brand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Juvia's Place is as well. If you want to support Black-owned beauty brands, and I think we should. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they are. This is the Scarlet Dusk palette. It looks like this. I have done a tutorial on this. I don't do tutorials well, but I will link it up above. I love these colors. It's going on my desk. The quality is great in my opinion. All right, two more. This is another one I got from the Boxy Charm pop-up. This is another I Love Sahari collab. This one's with Dose of Colors. It looks like this. I know this is just a really tiny, I might put this in this basket actually if it fits. It's just a pretty palette. I don't reach for it a ton, but I haven't had it very long. I got it towards the end of my pregnancy, so I wasn't doing a ton of makeup then. I'll get it close up for you. Those shimmers are really pretty. I'm gonna keep it for now. I don't know if it's something I'm gonna keep long term, just because the colors aren't as like bam in person as I was expecting as far as like the foiled shades, but for now, we're gonna keep it. Let's see if it'll fit here. Ooh, it's like just too wide for it. Maybe if I put it like that. Is that weird? Oh well. All right, the last palette I'm gonna show you. The last one I have, I think. I don't think I'm missing any others. This is the Milani Pure Passions palette, which looks like this. I love this palette. It's another like warm toned-ish palette. I really, really like it. The performance of these is fantastic. Like for a drugstore eyeshadow palette, like not like Colourpop or like an actual drugstore brand, The quality is fantastic. I don't own any more of theirs, but I would like to maybe dabble in some more just to see if the quality is in all of them. But I really enjoy this palette, and the packaging is nice as well. All right, guys, back to this Makeup Geek. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I don't think I'm gonna reach for it, to be really honest with you. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass that along. So I got rid of, let's see, 5 quote-unquote palette, or no, 6 quote-unquote palette. Oh hey, it's me. I just finished filming and I realized I actually had 2 more palettes that I got rid of. The Sweet Talk palette and the one I don't want to talk about because I shouldn't have bought it, quite frankly. So anyways, I just thought I'd throw that in there because I noticed they were beside me and I forgot to mention them. And I look like crap, so I'm gonna go, bye! And then I got rid of 2 pigments, the Colourpop one and the Wet n Wild one. And then I'm, like I said, I'm putting these 4 on my desk so I can play with them more, and especially since some of them give me some real fall vibes, you know? But yeah, this is what the drawer is looking like now. Let me see if I can actually give you like a better... So yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go check out my other declutter videos. I've already linked my most recent one. Go ahead and check out the others as well in the series. I think I have at least 1 more coming, and that one will be like eyeliners, mascaras, the things that's like on top of my desk aside from lip products, because that was the very first one I filmed. I will let you know that first one was not as great as my last couple have been as far as quality goes, but you know what? I'm new at this-ish. Okay, my channel is actually almost 2 years old, which is sad and crazy to think about. But anyways, I'm rambling on. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.